you get for your harebrained ideas. Let's move ourselves. It'll be easy. No, it most certainly was not.
Help, All right, house is officially for sale. We're headed to a campground for a couple days for 3 days of showings. Hoping for a quick sale. All right, I guess I should have done a before video before I got started, but project today, and it probably won't be just today because I'm still waiting on parts, but I'm gonna remove the countertop, remove the sink, remove the induction stovetop, and remove the counter extender as well. I'm gonna put in some teak counters. Got a new sink, new faucet coming. We are not replacing the induction stovetop because it takes up valuable space and we really don't use it. We have a portable one, and now we have a griddle that we use, and we're probably gonna get the jet boil system, and we usually cook outside, so it's just taking up space. Well, step one done. Took me longer than I thought. Gave me a fight, so I broke it more. Where are we?
Having yet another surgery done to Gregory's fragile body. I think it's probably number 8 since we've been married. Getting his disgusting tree climbers fixed.
It's a nice accessory. Alright, just making sure my leg is elevated. It's a day after surgery. Out here in the van. Ripped up the old counter. Just sent Jess to the hardware store because we're having trouble mounting up the sink to the macerator there. It's a deeper sink, so we're gonna lose that drawer. And I'm taking out this table right now as well.
Give me your paw. Paw. Get that. Not licking me. Stop it. She is not a good helper. Not a good helper.
You wanna go bye-byes? You wanna go bye-byes? Yeah, you wanna go bye-byes? You wanna go for a trip? A permanent trip? Alright, DIY project of the day. Putting some truck bed liner and redoing the bottom of the van. It's gonna change the look of it. It's gonna protect this plastic from fading and protect the rocker panels from brush and stuff like that when we go off-roading. A lot of prep work. Don't really know what I'm doing, but it's all taped off. I'm sanding paint now, and then I'll be putting the paint on. We are all packed up finally. And this guy is accustomed to a certain type of accommodation. I don't think you're gonna be this comfortable in the van. We're gonna do our best, okay, buddy? Am I disturbing you right now? Huh? You wanna go for a walk? Go for a little walk? Go bye-bye? Go for a ride? Let's have fun. We'll see some kitty cat. You are the most spoiled dog in the world. Catastrophe.
You dropped a box on my head,
No.
and it ricocheted and broke the cabinet.
You did not use your head properly.
You used my head.
Stabilize it.
Yeah.
This has been a fun day.
Absolutely not. I think I swore the last time we did this, I said never, ever, nothing again.
Well, this was your choice. I don't know. Been playing some Jenga with some boxes. Got quite a bit in there. But I spent many hours putting Tennessee barnwood, building this fine piece of furniture that Jess just broke. There it is, on its third move. The old Amsterdamer from Steve and Jackie. Okay, our truck is loaded up with all of our household goods, with the exception of a couch and mattress. So now our challenge is to fit all of this,
Plus the dogs.
plus the 2 dogs.
And our clothes.
This is Jess's ride, so she'll be following me in the Jeep, but we gotta fit all of that in the Jeep, in the van. And I'll do a quick video or quick shot of all of the gear that we're bringing. Okay, so we're thinking both the backpacks are going in the Jeep with Jess and Trinity. This stuff we just have to put in the Jeep temporarily to Colorado until we get to a storage unit, because we can't put guns and ammo in the moving truck. So the GLSS will go in the back of the van. Obviously the bikes will go on the back racks. But we're thinking all of this stuff right here will hopefully fit inside these 2 GLSS bins. So we got a cordless 20-volt DeWalt wet dry vac. Got a bag with the impact driver and drill bits. Stuff to clean and scrape snow. 1 bag for water stuff, so hose, filter, and funnel if we ever need to fill the 20-gallon water tank in the van manually. Got a hose right here for the exterior to wash the dogs and if we ever want to take an outdoor shower. 1 bag full of our electronics, so the big power cord, 30 amp power cord, the extension cord, and then we bought a surge protector for when we are at campgrounds where we're going to be plugging in. Got the Noco boost right here. This is going to provide us the ability to jump start if we ever need to, and it also has like battery capability with USB, so if we ever need to charge anything we can. Got a hammock right here, 2 camp chairs, the Nemo Stargazer, and a little Helinox. Got an outdoor couch, a blow-up couch that Jess tried out. She likes it, so we're trying to bring that. A winter safety kit, and then we bought the Jetboil Genesis base camp system. So you'll see in a bit in the van, we actually ripped out our induction stovetop and went to a different cook system. We're gonna have a couple different cook systems. So we have that, which uses propane, and then we have a Lodge cast iron that fits on a tripod that we can put over camp. So here, we're hoping to fit all of this stuff in the black exterior box. I don't know, we'll see. Not the cooler. The cooler is gonna go right by the bed, so it serves a couple different purposes. We can put extra water or stuff we wanna keep cold, but it's also a nice step stool and footrest. So we use it as a step stool to get into the bed, and then I also use it to load the bikes on the back rack, and it prevents us from having to buy another step stool. It's got the dog tie outs, a little table, funnel, saw for when we're off-roading and if there's any blowdowns that we need to cut. a terrible toolkit there, but it's small, but the tools are kind of crappy. This right here is a mount for the bottle, what's it called, the bottle jack that comes with the van. It's a little mod that helps use it off-roading. I had to cut this little section out, but it basically sits in there and gives us a nice jack stand if we ever need to jack the van up. Antifreeze for the S-bar heating system if we ever need it. Have this just in case, because last year my diesel gelled up on me and I was stranded. So if we're ever in freezing temps, we'll probably add a little bit of that. Under there, that's a C gear?
Yes.
Mat. We have not used it yet, but the reviews that we saw on YouTube and whatnot look awesome. So that'll be our exterior mat. And then a couple of ammo cans here, just filled with extra parts, fuses, fishing gear, odds and ends, like bike locks, all the small stuff that I'll need access to quickly. All right, so we have window shades, our coffee maker. We bought 2 water roto packs, so they're, I think, 2.5 gallons each. I think what we're gonna do with those, we're not even gonna mount them. We're just gonna use those for human drinking water, so the good water, and we'll put those probably in the shower. We got a nice memory foam bed so we basically tore apart and took out the passenger cushions for the van and replaced it. I'll show you here in a minute, but this is gonna be a nice big dog bed for them. And there's another one over there for the back that they'll sleep in the back of the garage. All this other stuff, just little odds and ends, kitchenware, stuff like that, we still need to organize, but electronics, cleaning supplies, other things like that. Now this is really the only way that we're gonna have to access the side of the van on the top until we invest in a side ladder, because we got rid of the stock ladder to access the roof. All right, let's show you the van. It's windy out, so hopefully that won't affect things, but you saw some of the clips. I did truck liner all around the rocker panels. It went decent, I think. I mean, it looks better. But that protects it and gives it a little bit better look, in my opinion. So we added, I don't know how to say it. How do you think you say the carpeting, Jess?
I have no earthly idea.
Chilowich? It wasn't cheap, and I screwed up cutting it, but made it work. It's kind of like a rubbery mat type of feel, but the biggest problem we've had while out camping with the dogs and everything is the amount of dirt and stuff that gets drug in. So this stuff, you can easily remove it.
Hose it down.
And hose it down or clean it. So it should be pretty easy. So this is one of the big mods we made. So like I said, took out the passenger cushions here and installed this teak wood. I'll show you the kitchen here in a second, but did everything to match the kitchen, which we did a couple weeks ago. There was, you see kind of the holes there, there was a stock table that came with the Revel. We removed that and got a table that swivels, so this will go back and forth. Installed a safe for all of our stuff that we want to secure while we're gone. Up here, so if you remember, I used to have some molly panels on the back of the seats. The only problem with that was it was not very easy to swivel the seat, so we got rid of those and bought some molly panels and drilled some holes in the upper roof up there, or the upper metal shelf there, and a lot of the gears up there now. So up here, we haven't done it yet, but we have little pouches. This is gonna be all of our clothes. So Jess is probably gonna take up 90% of this, and I'll have this little corner over here. This is probably gonna be kitchenware, things like that. The big dog bed is gonna go right here. So the kitchen was completely redone. Pretty good craftsmanship, if I do say so myself. So,
you want to talk about installing the sink and how well that went?
it went perfect. I don't know what you're
4
talking about.
or 5 trips to the hardware store.
Still didn't get it right. But...
Near divorce experience over.
So we replaced the extension, the countertop, the sink, added a new faucet, which is really cool because it changes colors based on how hot or cold the water is. Got that mod from the Revel group on Facebook. Added stick-on backsplash there, and then added our own spice rack. And it was really bad driving down the road with these glass bottles, so what we ended up doing is using some really strong Velcro to keep them in place and keep them from rattling. Towel rack underneath there. We're just looking at this. We were thinking it was going to have to go in storage. This was a gift from Chief Tangway. Some stained glass, Captain America, my trail name from hiking the Appalachian Trail. I think we're gonna install that right there. Okay, moving to the bathroom. So we had 2 of these mirrors. They're kind of a stick-on solution. We had one here, and then we had one there, but then we actually ended up installing more Molly inside the bathroom. So we had to remove one of them, but this gives us a lot more storage as well. So all of Jess's toiletries and my 1 bar of soap will go in there. And what we're trying to do is really keep this to a minimum as far as what gear is going to go in here. We'll see how that works so we can actually use the toilet and the shower. So that was one other mod. Changed out the shower head, which was also a plumbing nightmare, but ended up finding the fitting at Lowe's to make it work. Okay, right here is the CA Vans partition that we bought. It's like a canvas and it zips. And we bought this really excited, hoping this would be our solution to separate the dogs permanently instead of having to put up, you know, like the bathroom shelves. Unfortunately, there's a huge gap at the bottom, so that's really not going to work. But we plan to put the cooler, like I said, right there, which will kind of block it. And that adds the functionality of a step to get into the bed. But this is still kind of nice because we can block out light and it'll be more efficient when we run the AC to keep cool air back there. And at night, Archer will sleep back there and he really won't be a problem as far as trying to break through the canvas like Trinity would. No real mods back here other than we added a RAM mount iPad holder, so that's going to be our TV. Just bought a 12.9 inch iPad and we're still trying to figure out a solution for internet and watching movies and stuff like that when we're bored out there. Okay, so the back of the van up here, we have the Max Tracks. What we really wanted to do was get the mounts that Rhino Rack sells and puts those on the side so we could put a storage box up here. Unfortunately, they've been sold out for the past 2 months. But did add it's kind of like this outdoor backpack, so I'm going to plan to use this for firewood and trash, so we can keep trash out of the van and use it to haul firewood to camp each day. Obviously the bikes will go up here and the gear, I'll wrap this up because the wind is bad, but use that for the gear that we talked about. One other thing we added was this step for the Storyteller. I can't remember who sells it, but it's nice having a step because that's a big reach when you're getting up into the back of the van. Last night in the house. All we got is
a mess. That's what we got.
We got a mess, but TV, which will go in there. Living room is now our bedroom. So we got the
dining room,
mattress, and some good Uber Eats Greek food, right?
Yes.
And this guy is not liking all the changes, huh, buddy? But you're gonna be okay. Hey, buddy. Hey.
He's laser focused on the food.
Yeah. It smells pretty good. Okay, just finished loading up that bad boy. Took us about 2.5 days. Last box is packed. They're picking it up tomorrow and the house is empty. So we are heading, well, actually, found out today that the wheels and suspension and tires just came in. So that work is getting done tomorrow. So our plan was to go to the campground until Jess's last day of work, but since that's being done, we're gonna go check into TLF on base for 2 nights and then go to the campground for a little under a week. So one more thing to do before we say goodbye to 2611 West Cortland Avenue. So 10 minutes after checking in on base to temporary lodging, because we're here for 2 days while the van gets the upgrades, Jess takes a step out of the van.
Into a little ditch.
It wasn't a ditch, it was a curb like every other street.
No.
It's just called walking. I think she's getting cold feet. Get it? It does not look good though.
It did not feel good. I laid in the front yard for about 3 minutes before I was able to get up and drug myself inside.
So we're off to a great start on this adventure. On train.
She's taking care of me. She's my good girl.
One of the last things we gotta do is take care of Archer's ailment here. So we're at the vet and he is going to get surgery to get that thing taken off of him. It's disgusting. You're gonna be okay though, huh buddy? Come on, let's go inside. It's been a crazy day today. Woke up early, dropped Jess off at work, then hauled Bud over to the vet to drop Archer off for his surgery. He's still at the vet. Went back to base, checked out a billeting because our van was supposed to be ready today. And it's just been me and Trinity all morning. Got a call from the shop where the van is and they said it's all done. However, the larger wheels and tires require a mud flap kit because they're too big and they're gonna rub on the inside wheel wells. So unfortunately he didn't have any in stock at the shop, but luckily we're close by Post Falls where Van Compass is. They're the ones that manufacture the suspension. So he gave the owner a call there and I'm going to Van Compass to pick up 5 of these kits and then head back to the shop where the van is and bring them to him. Fingers crossed. And here's Van Compass being met by a doggy. Hi buddy. So for you fellow van lifers, that's Van Compass right there. They're not really open to the public, so don't make the mistake I did when I first got my van and just showed up expecting a showroom that you could buy a bunch of stuff. Can't do that. But nice folks. They look like they're extremely busy trying to keep up with the demand. Hazard Fab Works. They've been the ones doing the van. All right, van is done. We are picking it up. I hope. Want to go in, Train? Say hi to him. There she is. This was not my favorite wheel choice, but had to get something in order to accommodate the suspension and the bigger tires. Maybe they'll grow on me. Buddy, you okay? I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry. You're gonna feel better soon though. Let's see it. Let's see your arm. Oh. You hungry?
I can't get up hungry. Seems to be better than drain the power with the Instapot. Give it a go.
I mean, that's insane. Look at that. All right, so today is 19 October, which means it's Jess's last day at work. I left her in Trinity on Fairchild Air Force Base lodging, and Archer and I headed west about 6 hours to Sandy, Oregon, so the Mount Hood area. The one last thing that we got to do is service the S-bar heater in the Revel. So we're here at Rixon's Enterprise. Nice little trail by Rixon's, so the van's getting work done. If you have a dog, come take them for a walk. Really nice little trail here. I was worried about bringing it right through, but this is a really, really nice trail. If you have pets and you're traveling and you want to visit Rixon's, I wouldn't worry about it. What are they doing, bud? Alright, so we just finished up in Sandy, Oregon. Got the heater service, got the heat exchanger installed, which is going to allow me to drive this rig and use the engine heat to keep the water lines from freezing in cold temps, rather than have to turn on the S-bar heater. So originally I was going to go back to Spokane to meet up with Jess and then start making our way to Colorado, but decided that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me to go all the way back up north. So she's going to leave in the morning and I'm going to start heading east in the morning. Archer and I are just going to stop at a rest stop for the night, but we'll be in Colorado in a few days, and that's when the fun really begins. It doesn't really feel like we've started this adventure. I think once we unload all of our stuff into storage and finally hit the road, it'll feel more like we've actually begun this journey. So that's probably going to do it for this video. I know it was just a bunch of random clips over the past month and a half or so of prepping, but we still haven't decided, but I think we're going to try and hit all 50 states and do as many national parks as we can, and we'll take you guys along for that journey. More to come.